Hi y'all, I hope this video works. Try to get it done started after my daughter got off work and took the dogs outside. Excuse my mess. I've got dinner going in the crock pot, and then I'm waiting for one of my powders to come in. I thought I had overnight delivery from Amazon, and I guess I did not, so I'm waiting to make my mix of powders I take every morning. So my review of week 8 of the 25-minute speed train series by Freeman. Week 8 did not disappoint in any way, shape, or form. I was just planning with my workout partner next week. So my original plan was we would finish week 8, we would go back and do week 7, and then week 8 lift more, so we could compare either like the muscle loss or muscle gain or lifting heavy, just kind of compare where we left off with lift more. However, this next week I've got the last day at the water park, clean my grandmother's, and a Costco and Sam's trip, and that's over an hour away, or around an hour away. So we're going to repeat week 8. I do not want to repeat week 8, but my friend said that we should do that so we don't, since the goal was to go straight into week 7, so that we don't really lose anything from week 8. So we're going to be repeating week 7, and I was just planning everything, and so because we doubled up last week on 2 videos twice, so we did upper and lower Monday and upper and lower on Wednesday. Upper and lower took us an hour and a half to complete. Part of it is carrying heavy weights and such. So if you don't double up, I think that it will be much easier on you. You will have fresh muscles. You will be able to lift heavy. The dogs are coming in, sorry. So it is hard in the sense that you are lifting as heavy as you can for as long as you can, and dropping if you need to. So for example, on front loaded, so he brought in the Dirty Mofo, which is the 60-40, 20, 40, 60, and you start light. So let's say front loaded lunge, you're doing 25, and then after you get to the 40, then you do 30, and then when you get to 20 seconds, you do 35, and then you keep that heavy weight as long as you can as you build back up. So then you go to 40 and 60, and you drop when you need to. And then he brought in another one where you burn out first. Oh, and those bands, I'm just gonna say, they get you. And we do a decent amount of push-ups, and it's not that I hate push-ups. They are hard for me, and to do a lot of them, and we did back to back without even doubling up at times. One of the moves at one point was tricep to a wide, tricep to a wide, 4 rounds. So it was very hard. He does, which I do appreciate, encourage you to get on your knees when you're doing the push-ups. So I appreciate that. So I didn't know where she went. So on the other one, he doesn't really have a name. The 5 workouts, 4 by, I don't understand. You do, if I remember correctly, a minute of the burnout. So let's say we're going to do shoulders. You use your bands, you can't really see, and you do this. And when that minute is up, they are burning. My bands, I have extra light, medium, heavy, and extra heavy, and I have used the extra heavy. The extra light, we really haven't used. I'm not even sure you should use it. I feel like it's just too easy. And I feel like he did something on core cardio on week 8 that was so hard. You did like a burnout. He brought that workout form to the core cardio, and it was pretty hard. My friend's abs were sore. My abs have been sore quite a few times through the core cardio here and there. Like I think 2 or 3 of the weeks I would bet on that, and then hers was sore this last one. So I would say if you're short on time and you want to get as much as possible, and you want to burn out your muscles, and you want to fight extreme fatigue, I highly recommend it. We measured, and there was a slight change on some of the sizes, but it wasn't, a huge change. but I do feel like I do have some visible, I guess, would be, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Like, I don't look like I'm like a super fit person, but I feel like I did get a little definition. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. And like my shoulders and my thighs, maybe a little bit my calves, definitely feel, this is gonna sound weird, but like when I'm shaving my leg and then I reach, I just feel like there's more muscle there, and he does like to burn calves, especially and lift more. He likes to do, he brought into 25-minute speed train, duck and, oh shoot, I can't think of the other word. Pigeon, that's it, duck and pigeon. So you work different ways, and he likes to burn you out on that. The only one that I would say, listen to all of his cues, because his cues were excellent. Again, I will say this not a million times, but a million times, that I think I've been doing chest presses wrong the entire time until this program. And his cues were great, because we would lay down and we would just push. Which feels like this is our chest, but actually he has us lifting here, which makes sense. It's a chest press. I've been sore a couple of times with my chest press the next day because I wasn't doing it right. So it's feel like I was probably working out my chest like for the first time properly. I would recommend it. So our goal is, let me get one drink real quick. Our goal is to, because of my busy week, and she's involved in 2 of my days that are busy this week, doing 25-minute speed train, week 8 again. We know what we're doing, we know what we've done, so it'll be a little bit easier to do, like time-wise. But lift more does take us a lot longer, because if we are lifting heavy and we need a spot. So I will come back and let you know about lift more later, but we do plan on repeating 25-minute speed train, tracking weights for sure. And I'm definitely, I know I've said this before, I feel like I've said this on these reviews, I am working on keeping my protein intake high. That is one of my biggest goals. Like, I'll repeat everything a million times probably. I'm 50. I come to this program from a small lifting history. I've been doing some lifting, mostly just myself at the gym, with plans I found from Pinterest, and lifting that way. We followed a few programs. We've done some Dig Deeper, 4 weeks of focus, 3-day split, hammer and chisel. We didn't finish Dig Deeper. I kind of, that program was just a little too much at times for me. But I'm not coming at this as a bodybuilder or some expert in anything. I am just a 50-year-old woman, mom, whatever, of 5, trying to gain muscle. And so far, my watch is showing a gain of muscle and a loss of fat, which is my goal. My VO2 max is still 34.3 in excellent. I wear the 16-pound weighted vest. I try to walk between 2.5 to 4 miles 5 days a week. My weekends, especially Sunday, is more of my off day. I'm only at 3,000 steps today. I don't plan on hitting, I don't think I'll hit 5 unless I get really busy with something. So I do have Sunday especially as an off day. I don't do any form, and I know that his 7-day split is designed for 7 days, but I take Sunday off for sure. I don't think there's anything else to add. I do feel stronger, as in, I don't know how to explain it, just like, I feel stronger, and I feel like whenever we go back to lifting heavy with reps, I feel like I should at least be where I left off, but I feel like I might be able to lift a little heavier. My biggest problem with, per se, gyms is like when you get to like 45 and we're doing 45-pound chest presses, the next one is 50. And I feel like for a man to go from 45 to 50 is nothing. But for me, I'm 5'3". I am not a very large person. To go from 45 to 50 it was almost impossible. I got 6 or 8 reps in one time, and that was it. That was almost impossible, but I could get the 45s pretty good. So I find that that's a little bit difficult. I invented something with no I don't have the actual invention because I'm not creative, to be able to carry little caps in to put on dumbbells to increase by 1, 2, and 3 pounds. Anyway, so I am kind of anxious to be able to come back and share what we find for both of us from Lift More. I do feel like this is a solid workout, especially the time under tension. You are depleted with every workout, especially whenever you're lifting as heavy as you can for as long as you can. And he does encourage you to drop. So let's say we were doing whatever this move is. This is my go-to move. And you're using 10s, and eventually on some of these weeks, you drop down to, now we didn't, that's another problem with being at the gym, and there's only so many sets of dumbbells. I either drop to nothing, or I keep my 10s or 8s, because somebody else has the other dumbbells. I'll quit talking, I'm rambling now, but I would recommend it. Joel is a great instructor. His personality, I feel like, is a decent personality, because I feel like we all kind of have our different people that we like. Some people like Autumn, some people like Jericho. So he has a good personality. His cueing is very good on this one. He demonstrates modifications very well. And he talks to the whole thing, which is wild to me. Because one, and my understanding again is that, and I could be wrong, but that he did 3 videos a day. And I don't really know how the format worked. But on the 3rd video, just so he'll be talking through the whole thing, he gets bonus points for that. So if you do the program, I would love for you to message me on Facebook or in my email, info@jenniferoverstreet.com. I would love to hear how it goes, how you like it. If you, saw some growth or something. And I don't feel like my friend, we were measuring for the program, my friend's husband was like, don't you want to flex and you get all that? And I'm like, I kind of don't want a lot of big growth. I'm not a man. I kind of would just like to make it just look more defined. I'm not here to try to get these massive biceps at all. But I do feel stronger. I do feel there's more definition. But it's also, you have to dial in your nutrition. You have, protein is important. To be 50 and increasing muscle and losing fat, it's going to take effort. Now, I'm not perfect at all. There's nothing perfect about me. I just try really hard and then have some cheats here and there. Today at where did we go to lunch? Texas Roadhouse. I did get the green beans and the chicken. I did get mashed potatoes, but I got some gravy on top of my mashed potatoes. But if you dial in your nutrition really good, have very few cheats, make sure you're getting that protein, and fiber is another kind of important thing to look at. I really think that you will see some goals, especially if you're looking for a really good, short, but focused, no, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but there's not a lot of just extra junk in there. He literally gives you the quickest warm-up. You get 15 seconds in between, and he's right at it, and it is so fast. I think I'll finish there, and then I'll come back. I probably won't make a review next week because I've already done week 8, unless I can come back and say for sure, like, wow, it was so much easier to do week 8 after, I don't know. But I will come back after week 7 or 8 on Lift More and give you all the update on if we lost. I'm hoping we didn't lose a lot. If we lost a little, I can maybe understand, because it's more about endurance than it is gains. But if you are, the men have left the program. I don't know any men personally doing it except through Facebook. But even the men are loving it. But as women, not that men aren't busy like women are. Don't come at me for that. But just so many things of what we do, and having a 25-minute dialed in, get in, burn your muscles out, and then you're done is a great thing to have. And my friend and I have really loved that it's only 25 minutes. If you have any thoughts or questions or comments or any concerns or anything, again, I am not an expert. I'm just a mom a woman of 50 trying to gain, not I won't say as much muscle, but continue to gain and be strong as I get, into my 50s. Not trying to be a bodybuilder or competitor at all. I'm just trying to be strong and healthy and build, especially my lower half. Again, any thoughts or questions, feel free to ask. Bye.